Hi, my name is Norm DeLaura. I work here as a producing branch manager for Supreme Lending. I've been in the mortgage industry for well over 15 years. I joined Supreme a few years back. I would tell you that the mortgage industry as a whole is a great industry to be in. I originally got into the mortgage industry back because I originally did it out of luck. I was actually working doing personal loans for a company. My parents happened to be buying a house. They asked me to take a look at their paperwork. I had no idea what I was looking at, and the company they were getting their mortgage from hired me on the spot. And since then, I haven't turned back. I've known Jeff and Rick. They are the owners of Supreme Lending's divisions in New England. I've known them for years, and it's always a pleasure working with the two of them. The biggest thing that I take from being in the industry is I like solving puzzles. And every buyer, every person that's refinancing, everyone that you talk to is a puzzle. And everybody has their own certain situation that needs to be solved. And I like solving those issues. The biggest type of clientele that I personally like working with the most are the individuals that think that they can't buy a home, and then I get them to buy a home. Whether it be using any one of the low down payment mortgage programs that we have, whether it be a government program, whether it be a situation where they didn't realize that they were able to attain the dream of owning a home. That hits me home at heart because it took my family over 30 years before my family finally bought their first house. We did not grow up in a luxurious home. It was a little tiny starter home, but we always rented our entire lives. So that's why that's kind of true to my heart, is trying to help those individuals get into home ownership a lot sooner than my family did. I'm what you call a producing branch manager, which means that I run my own branch. I have a P&L, which I take care of my costs, expenses, profits. I do it all myself. And for people that are in the industry, that model is probably the best model that you could possibly have. And it gives me the flexibility and the ability to be able to do what I want, whether it's for a particular loan product, whether it's for a particular client, if I have to price something differently, if I have to make adjustments on the fly because of the way the market is, I'm able to do that without needing to worry about getting approval. And for all you people in the mortgage industry, you definitely are going to understand what it means to need to go up to your boss, getting approval, and you only have so much of a range to get that approval. Here, there is no range. Whatever I need to do, I can get it done to make that client happy and be able to get them in a home. In my spare time, I also co-chair the Economic Development Commission of my hometown, which is Manchester, Connecticut. I also play a lot of sports when I can. Mostly these days, it's mostly basketball and pickleball. But and if anyone has any questions of what pickleball is, look it up. It's very entertaining. But overall, this job allows me the flexibility to be able to do what I need to do with my family. I have 3 girls, 17, 13, and 9. They're all over the place in school, 9th grade, 12th grade, and 4th grade. So between their activities, my wife's activities, I have the flexibility to be able to not miss out on family time and still be able to be productive with work. Especially for a guy like myself, I'm a 2-time cancer survivor. I had Hodgkin's disease back in 06, 07. At that time, I was actually working for Rick and Jeff. And at that time, I was going through chemo, times were tough. Rick and Jeff made sure, and I will always be grateful, they made sure that my insurance was paid all the time and never lapsed, even while production was down, simply because I was sick. And I cannot thank them enough for that. And to this day, I tell everyone that story because that's what kind of leadership and that's what kind of friendship you'll make it working here at Supreme.